What are three compliments? Hello and welcome, my name is Ansu and today we're here to do a Q&A. This is a super delayed Q&A. I had actually filmed this video but thought I had lost the footage but I didn't. But now it's like too old to use it. It's pretty bad, so we're here trying to refilm this whole situation. Some of these questions are probably like not going to make any more sense. Yeah, I went onto Twitter and asked you guys to ask me a few questions. So here we are. I'm going to try to answer them as well as I can. So the first question is a book, music, or movie, or anything else that you've been really enjoying recently. And for me, a book that I really enjoyed recently was The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. I cried so much reading that book. Like, it was insane how much I cried. It has such a huge and dear piece of it in my heart forever, I'm sure. It's gonna be an all-time favorite, like, definitely. There's no way around it. I love that book so much. It's just such a sweet book. Loved it. So that is definitely like high up on the list. The movie that I actually recently watched was Nobody. We literally watched it yesterday. I did enjoy it quite a bit. So I thought I would just talk to you all about that too. It is a very much rated R movie. It is action packed. A lot of blood just like splashes around. So be aware of that. I think it's kind of like John Wick sort of. I haven't watched John Wick. I just watched like scenes of it. But this one I actually watched to its entirety and it's quite brutal. But I really enjoyed it. Especially like the very last blasting scene. If you see it, you'll know it. And that was brilliant. It was very smart. I was very intrigued by it. I used to never do this, but it was still fun to watch. Let's go with TV shows, because why not? I'm really excited for Shadow and Bone, but that's besides the point. I haven't really started watching it because it hasn't released yet. It's April 18th, right at this moment that I'm filming it. But the TV shows that are like dear and near to my heart that I absolutely love, Schitt's Creek and Kim's Convenience, which got fucking cancelled. I'm so mad. The actor that plays Jung basically said that the ending was not as good as it should have been and he's really disappointed, which makes me even more sadder because like it was such a good TV show. Like, to cancel such a good TV show, you must be out of your mind. Like, I don't understand. You're stupid. Like, that was such a bad decision. I'm so upset. I loved that entire series. It was very adorable. If you haven't watched Kim's Convenience, please do. Because it's so sweet. It's such a dear show. And it's also Canadian, so if you didn't know that. I'm really disappointed that it didn't really last, and I don't know how I feel about it. I'm really upset. We'll see the season, like the entire season. I haven't watched it yet, so after that, I'll let you know what I think. I'm really disappointed that it's ending like that. What was the most embarrassing song on your Spotify wrap-up? Like I said, this was a question back in December, so bear that in mind. I personally don't listen to a lot of Spotify. I don't know what it is. I just have to listen to like cover songs and stuff like that I hear a lot, or like little bits and pieces on TikTok. And I feel like the most embarrassing song that I've been recently like obsessed with, and it's not getting out of my head. It's not even a song. I don't even know if it's a song, to be honest, but it's on TikTok. Basically, there's this teacher who's like, Dolce, why don't you introduce yourself to the class? And then Dolce comes back. She's like a badass bitch and she's like, hi, my name's Dolce with 2 eyes. I'm obsessed. I don't know. I keep singing it. I'm crazy. I don't know what is wrong with me. That's a little embarrassing, to be honest, so I can't get it out of my head. These questions are from Rachel from Let Me in the Library, and she also asked me, are you reading Kingdom of Copper yet? Again, this was back in December, so I did end up finishing Kingdom of Copper and also Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty. They were such good books. They're really fun to read. It took me an age and a day to finish reading it, but it was really good. There's a lot of action and emotions and everything great is in that series, and I absolutely loved it. I really enjoyed it, so I definitely would recommend you guys to pick that up. It's also super popular, so I feel like you would know. What is your favorite ice cream or your go-to coffee order? I love tiramisu ice cream. It's so good. Or, oh, I know. Okay. I like flavored ice creams basically, but there's this cheesecake ice cream that I've had, like plain vanilla ice cream with like stripes of strawberry syrup in it, and then there were like pieces of the cheesecake base. Blew my mind. I loved that. It was so good, and I had like a giant tub of it. I probably ate it all by myself, but it was so good. Loved it, and I still remember it. It's like when I ate it when I was like 15 or 16. I still remember it to this day. Never had anything as good as that. It was so good. What is your go-to coffee order? Unfortunately, I don't drink a lot of coffee. I know people are gonna be like, Answer, what the hell? But I don't drink coffee. There was this thing that was going on in TikTok. It was the white mocha iced coffee with vanilla sweet cream cold foam. And I personally really edited that drink because I don't like it to be super sweet. Like, it's nauseatingly sweet. So I switched the milk to almond milk. I switched, I think, one of the syrups. It said like extra caramel drizzle and stuff. I like reduced all of those things to reduce the sweetness. I don't like the cold foam. I do like the whipping cream of Starbucks better, so that would have been better in my opinion. But the coffee itself, like the iced white chocolate mocha, was good. I really liked it. It didn't taste too much like coffee, which I really appreciated, so that is a good drink. I will recommend, but not with the sweet cold foam. I like the whipped cream better. It was also very expensive for such a tiny drink, so. Next up, what is a random book you're looking forward to reading you haven't mentioned much? Ooh, Actor Age Eve Brown. I'm so excited to read it. I think I can listen to it on Scribd which I'm so pleased about. So excited about it. The whole like Brown Sisters trilogy by Talia Hibbert is so good. It's brilliant. I love it. It just makes me feel so mushy inside. It's really lovely. I have absolutely loved all of those books. So this one is definitely going to be like high up on my list to read very soon. I just haven't talked about it that much, but like I'm so excited to read it. What's your NetGalley score? 94%, I'm not sure, but it's like in the 90s. I have not picked up a lot of books from NetGalley, but I think I've done like more than 15 or 20 reviews. I forget how much books I've read from them. I have a pretty decent rating, and the books that I want to get, they are rejecting me on, which is really annoying. Like, I want those books. I will read them. Please give it to me early. So disappointed, but I have a decent score. What are 3 accomplishments from 2020 that you're really proud of? Let's just say Jan 2020 to March 2021. One of the things I'm really quite proud of is actually getting back onto BookTube. I stopped filming for a couple of years, and when I got back, I got such a lot of love and support. I think I started from like 100 something subscribers. Grew a lot in my opinion. Maybe it's not a lot to a lot of people, but like to me it was a huge improvement. It's a lot of people who are maybe watching my videos, I don't know, but at least are subscribed, which is so cool. I'm glad that I restarted it again. Hint of new videos to come. I'm working on this thing called Project Zero. I don't know if that's going to come first before this video or not. It depends on my editing skills. But yeah, that is definitely something I'm super excited about. That's going to come up. What else? I do have like bullet journal flip throughs, which I'm very excited to film and actually show you guys, because for some reason when I'm filming bullet journals, when I'm actually filming and doing it, I don't do such a good job, but when I'm doing it by myself, I make it so much better for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I'm very excited to show you guys the April one especially. I do have like book on hauls coming up, books that I forgot are on my shelf, stuff like that. What do you think of TikTok? Oh my gosh. Okay, TikTok and Instagram Reels are so addicting. Not necessarily even book talk, because I've not really seen a lot of book talk videos, but anything else, like the most random things, I literally scroll on it for hours on end, and I forget that time exists, because these videos are like what, 30 seconds to a minute long, and I watch them all, so I spend way too much time on them, but it's fun and I waste my life on them. The next few questions are from Wybily, and she asks, do you sometimes feel demotivated? Yes, so much. There are days where I just sit down and just like, oh, I should film. Nope, never. Like, let's never do that again. I have definitely had those days where I feel so demotivated. I don't want to film whatsoever. It sucks. It really does. Not just with filming, it's with a lot of different things, but it's the same ending consequence where I just don't do anything. It sucks so badly, but I can't really do much about it, unfortunately. And her next question was basically a follow-up to that, was how do you get back on track? What motivates you? For me personally, if I am demotivated, don't want to do anything, I'll take a day of a break. Like, I'll literally do nothing. Watch TV shows, scroll on YouTube, Instagram Reels and TikTok videos like I was talking about. Just watch all of those things and just not do anything. Chill out a little bit, think about myself, meditate, pray, all that kind of stuff, and just like be by myself, you know? Sometimes pushing yourself too much is a lot. Your brain cannot handle it sometimes. That's okay. That's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that you're not accomplishing things. Like physically, if you break your leg, you cannot walk. You'll take rest. Same thing for your mental health. It's too exhausted. It is too exhausted. Stop pushing yourself too much. That is something that I try my best to live by, but I do have those moments where I'm like, I must do it, everything right now. If I don't, I suck at life. Like, it does happen. That happens in my brain, but I try my best to push that down a little bit and just think about all the good things in life. Breathe. There's going to be another day, hopefully. I hope that made sense. I don't know. Also, what is your current favorite song or album? I hate when people ask me these questions because I feel like I don't listen to the more newer and popular songs, but I am really loving Deja Vu by Olivia Rodrigo. It's so good. I love it. It's very catchy, so it's kind of constantly living in my head. I'm really enjoying it. Next 3 questions are from Sasha from the Redhead Reader. What's been the best experience since joining BookTube? I think all of the best experiences happened last year. One of them was actually getting to know some people. I am so bad at interacting with people, but they have been lovely. It's like, honestly, all of their combined effort that's made me feel like I am part of this community, which has been great. Like, I personally suck at it, so yeah, it's been really nice. Another thing since joining BookTube was actually going on to the HarperCollins Canada Frenzy, so HCC Frenzy, which is basically talking about books that are going to come out very soon during like maybe the spring months or summer months, whatever, and they talk about books, and I got a couple of arcs from them, which was so exciting. I'll show you. Unfortunately, I wasn't here to actually get and read one of the first books that I got, which was Love in English by Maria E. Andrew. This actually came out on the 2nd of February this year. I wasn't here to pick it up, unfortunately, so I haven't read it, but I got this book as an arc, and it was just this is my first like proper arc, and I'm so excited about it. Another arc which is going to come out on May the 4th is The Woman with the Blue Star by Pam Jenoff, and this one is more like a historical book set in the 1940s with people who are trying to escape from like the Nazis, basically. This felt like really great experiences to me, so yeah, made me truly happy. If you could recommend a book based on your least favorite book, what would it be? My least favorite book, one of them at least, is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. And I hated that book so much, but one of the books that I can recommend, the I Heart series by Lindsay Kelk. I've talked about this so much. People, you need to read it. It's very adorable. I absolutely love that. There are stupid decisions that are made by the main character, but she's also really fun to read from. Just a whole lovely and chaotic relationship that I love. So basically everything that I hated about Anna and the French Kiss, this book series has done it well. And you have books where you go to New York, London, Paris, and all these different places. It's really fun. I personally really enjoy that series. I really love the vibes that series gave me more than I can ever love the vibes that Anna and the French Kiss gave me. So yeah. Who has been your biggest supporter throughout your booktube journey? I feel like it would be my mother. She has her moments. She will insult me at the same time as she'll say that my videos are good. So it depends. Like, you can never tell with her. But yeah, she's been like a constant support. And I've obviously had a bunch of people on Twitter who are really, really so sweet, who have constantly given me this sense that I actually belong, which is really nice, you know? Also my boyfriend. So. Are you more of a cat or a dog person? Okay, listen, if you asked me this question like a year ago, I would say a dog person 100%. Now I'm kind of like 50-50. I love dogs, but I also love cats. They're so cute. Have you seen kittens? There's like, I want to squish them. I love them both. I can't choose anymore. I'm leaning a little more towards a dog person than a cat person. It depends on the cat. If she's not an asshole, I would love her, so. There you have it. So I did miss a question from Rachel, which was, what is your favorite dance routine? And it also ties up with the question that Lindsay asked from Studio Lindsay, which was, since you're also a dancer, do you have any recommendations for books about dancers? I haven't really read books about dancers, which is so weird. I didn't even realize that was a thing that I never did. So I don't have a recommendation, unfortunately. I've only read dances basically kind of described in like historical books when they had balls and stuff. That's it. I don't know why. But my favorite dance routine, I'll have it up over here. Okay, we'll stop it at that. I had a lot of fun doing that. It was really fun learning it too. Alright, you guys, those are all the questions that I had gotten last year that I'm doing like 4 months later, because that's how I work, apparently. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you who are watching this video and subscribing, commenting, liking, all of those things. Really do appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. That is it, you guys. I'll see you all next time with another one. Until then, I'll talk to you all in the comments. Bye!